Hello, everybody. This is Chichi from Chichi's Comeback Corner. Welcome to yet another episode, and this time it's a very interesting one because today is actually the day of EFC 111, where we will see Gift Walker going up against Nkazimulo Zulu for the EFC flyweight title. So it's very exciting and all of that, and we've got a very interesting guest in town. We've got Terence Balelo, who is the current interim bantamweight champion for the EFC, and he's going to be keeping a very close eye on all the action. And he's actually offered us a bit of his time for us to have an interview with him here. And I'm very excited, guys. So here is Terence, Black Panther Balelo. Hi,
What's good,
Terence.
Chichi? How you doing? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How you been?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. It's so good to see you, especially like you being here in Joburg and all of that.
Yeah, I had to come out. I had to come out. Obviously, they flew us out for the press conference, but in the meantime, behind the scenes, we were busy cutting that weight. So whoever didn't show up on weight, we would have been stepping in there tonight, fight for the strap.
Yeah. It seems like you're always ready, hey? But tell me about Joburg nightlife. I know you were out, exploring the town. How's it been for you here in Joburg?
Joburg's been amazing. We had the capital on Empire. We went out a little bit, just sightseeing, checking out the vibes here in Johannesburg.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not fighting, so I have to like do something. I can't just sit in a hotel and sob about it. Like, I didn't get a fight, but I still did my job. I came out here with a mission and I accomplished it, and now I can just have fun with my coach and just enjoy the fights with the fans tonight, with the crowd, with you guys, and just have a little time.
Now we're gonna get to, all about what's happening this week and all of that. But for now, I just wanted to maybe kick things off by just asking you about how the Black Panther nickname came about. Was it inspired by the movie or, something else?
It was definitely inspired by the movie because when it came out was it 2018, I believe. I've watched it in cinemas. I watched it and the story for me was amazing. The storyline, everything just felt nice, and obviously it's about the African culture and Wakanda and seeing Chadwick playing the role of the Black Panther. I was like, yo, this is a good nickname because at that time I was still a grade 12, finishing school and getting ready for my matric ball, and I was like, one day whenever I step in a cage, I'm gonna use this name, the Black Panther, and it just stuck with me ever since. And now it's a household name.
Now, on the amateur circuit, you had like seven fights. You stayed quite a bit of time there. You were there from 2019 up until 2021. Can you just tell us about like why it took you so long to actually come over to the professional league? Were you like trying to just get yourself ready, or was it COVID, or what happened?
It was a lot of things, to be honest with Chichi. It was a lot of things. First was me just gaining experience and fighting the toughest guys
Mm,
I could get in the amateur scene because sometimes I wouldn't get fights. Sometimes on the day of weigh-ins, the guys wouldn't show up, or on fight day they wouldn't show up, and I'll be like, "Come on, this is a bummer." And yeah, it was a crazy time. Just COVID as well happening. I only fought once in COVID, and that was for PFC amateur event for the
yeah.
bantamweight that time. Yeah, I got the job done, and I was like, "Yo, I wanna stay active. I wanna get more fights in." And how do I get myself to the EFC? Because at that time, the coach I had, he was trying to keep me away from fighting in the EFC. I don't know why, but eventually, I made that transition to the pro leagues and fought my first pro fight at the organization called Omega. I don't know if you remember that against Vuya
Yeah.
Jula. Uh,
Mhm.
so that's where it all started.
Yeah. So now you're talking about like your former coach perhaps not wanting you to fight for the EFC and all of that. Can you tell us a little bit more about the current team that you're training with, the people that you're training with, and just your setup right now?
It's different now. It's different, to be honest. I love my team. Like, you would always see me with my coach. So Coach Aiden, shout out to him, and he's one of the realest people out there. He's full on, he's straight up, and he told me from the get go, listen, if you coming with me on this journey, I want to be in the UFC. And I was like, yo, that's my vision, that's my goals, to be in the UFC. So if you have a coach that want to be in the UFC and you got a fighter that want to be in the
Mm.
UFC, it's just a good combination. And I feel like um, I remind him a little bit more about himself. When he was this age, the things he have accomplished, and this that driven energy and solid team. We're not the biggest team, like I said in the press conference. We don't have the biggest team. We're not like all these other gyms. My coach don't even get acknowledged for what he's doing, what he have done with me in Faiz and all the guys coming up. And I'm like, it's cool. They can keep thinking we are down under, but we will keep shining. We'll keep shining, and we'll keep on proving them wrong. I got a good team, small group. We put in a lot of work. I'm getting my ass whooped every single time, Chichi. I'm telling you, there's some killers out there at our gyms, and and on the wrestling mat as well. Young guys giving me a nice hiding in the wrestling exchanges, but I'm getting better. I'm learning, and look where I'm at now. Look where I'm at now.
You are very, very young, right? We're seeing like this new wave of like the youngsters entering the EFC and all of that, and you're one of them. But one thing about you that stands out is the confidence that you exude. You have like a crazy amount of confidence. So I just wanted to know, right? Like, is that confidence something that you only turn on when you're in the fight camp or in fight mode, or is that just the person that you are? Are you just a naturally confident person?
I developed this confidence. I had it my whole life. I had it my whole life, to be honest with Chichi, but I didn't understand it back then when I was young. And some people at school and kids at school would look at me like I'm arrogant or I have an ego thing going on, but it was confidence because I couldn't see it, I couldn't feel it, but I just had it this whole time. And just me starting figuring it out when I was in my teenage years. I was like 15, 16, 17. When I started gaining it properly, I was like, there's no way. There's no way I'm gonna let anyone tell me what I can't or cannot be. I'm gonna keep on being confident. It's different, man. It gives you more joy. It brings me more joy to be confident and believing in myself and knowing that we only live once. So rather be yourself and be confident in any situation. This is who I am. I'm always gonna be confident, no matter what, in the
Mhm.
fight business or when I'm done fighting. I'm always gonna be this type of person.
Now, let's talk about EFC 108, right? That event was crazy because you literally stepped up to the main event in 10 hours notice. Like that's all that you had to prepare. So tell us about that. Like were you already staying prepared? Like how did that even come to be? How did that come to happen?
So obviously, I didn't go my way at 107, and still bugs me a little bit here and there, but it's cool. I can't control it. I thought it was my time. Everything I went through in that camp. 2 weeks into that camp, injuring myself, and just me pushing through the injuries and just going through all of the stuff and just adapting in that camp and just knowing that, oh, this is my first title shot. EFC
Mm.
107, September 7th. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna make history and become a world champion, just like I told my family I was gonna do it. And it didn't go my way. And going backstage and leaving the cage actually, and just looking around and seeing all of the people that I saw at my last fight cheering me on. They're all just moving on a different route. When they see me, just look down, and I'm like, okay, now cool. I see now who's the real ones for me. Going backstage and
Yeah.
shedding a few tears here and there, and I cried because I disappointed my team, and I don't like to disappoint the people that put in the work with me and sacrifice with me. So that's why I cried a little bit backstage. But and I looked up and I saw my team there still with me. I was like, nah, I'm gonna stick with these dudes forever. And I
Yeah.
just I just stayed ready. I'll be honest with you. 2 weeks after the fight, actually the day after the fight, I was in a hotel and I woke up at 6. I couldn't sleep. I woke up at 6 and I went to the gym in the hotel. I just started training. I put in some work and I went to go sit in the sauna. I just talked to myself and spoke with God a little bit and just asked him for guidance. Where where is he taking me after this one? Because it's my first professional loss, my first loss that I had in a long time, in a long time.
Yeah, so can you tell us about EFC 108 and like how it came about basically?
Yeah, so I got woke up with a call actually the morning. Ashley Calvert, one of the matchmakers at EFC, called me and he was like, Terence, morning, and I was like, what's up, Ashley? Still, but because I went to go sleep late. I went to go sleep at 3 a.m. and he called me and he's like, Senan is out. We want you to fight for the interim belt tonight against Musa. And I was like, tonight? And he said, yes, we want to fly up tonight, today. I was like, listen, let me call my coach first. I called coach. First thing coming out of his mouth is, don't play with me. And I was like, coach, this is serious. This is for real. They want us to fly up. Senan is out. And he said he's on his way home. And as he's driving, and 10 minutes later, he asked me again. And he's like, I'm close by. Don't play with me, Terence, please. And I was like, this is for real, coach. And we spoke with the EFC, negotiated with them, and they booked our flights. And we headed off to Joburg. We headed off to Joburg and got in a scale, and weight was perfect. And we went out there and just performed and did our
Yeah.
thing and did history.
Yeah, that was quite a moment. Potentially one of the greatest moments of the 2023 calendar for the EFC, you know. But now I just want to know, right? You're holding the interim bantamweight championship, right? And here you are seeing the two people in these divisions that you also, you play around these two divisions. Um the two champions are going at it tonight. What are your thoughts on the main event between Gift Walker and Nkazimulo Zulu today?
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a good fight. That's if Gift shows up. Like if he really wants it, if he shows up to like to fight and not just show up just okay, I'm just defending my belt and no that type of energy that he gave off like this and that's just another nah. You gotta be tuned in. But if he shows up, because I know Zulu's gonna show up, then it's gonna be a
Mm.
nice fight. I feel like they could go past 3 rounds and go into that later stage of that 5 rounders or but like I said, whoever wins, whoever made the best man win. No, I saw Zulu this morning at breakfast. He looks laser focused. He looks good. Fully hydrated, and yeah, let's see who's prepared more um to get the job done tonight and we next, and then it's us.
And now you're speaking of Nkazimulo Zulu and how you saw him, like at the hotel at breakfast and all of that. At the press conference, you guys got into a bit of a heated exchange, right? Like, tell us about that moment and how it felt for you, especially because you grew up watching Zulu, and now you are here, sat on the same stage with him, and you're going back and forth with him. Can you just tell us about that moment?
It's crazy, Chichi. Like everything is just how can I say just playing out just like how I visualized it. Like I told my coach last night. Um, like back then I used to do these recordings like I'm getting interviewed by people
Mm,
2016 and I'm getting recorded, I'm getting interviewed like, oh, Terence, you're fighting Zulu Boy, how's it going to be, how's the fight's going to go, and now it's happening, it's about to happen. Like it's like training till your idol becomes your rival. It's almost like Adesanya
mm,
versus Silva. It's gonna be like that. I promise you guys. It's gonna be like that. Zulu Boy is gonna pass over the torch to me, and he's someone that I truly looked up to. I'm not gonna lie here because I did like his style, and I remember my cousin telling me back then, "Oh, Zulu Boy's gonna beat you up, bro." And I'm like, "Nah, come on, dog. I'm gonna go out there, and I'm gonna fight Zulu Boy one day and show you guys that I'm the new generation. He's the OG, and we're gonna go in there. We're gonna scrap it out, and I'm gonna be victorious. He's gonna pass over the torch to me." But at the press conference, he's real. That's what I'm saying. He's real. That's why I like Zuluboy also. I can't be angry with this. He's saying it like it is. He's like me. We say it like it is. We're just real. I don't like this dude to put up a front in front of a camera and all act all nice and be want to be liked by people, by the fans and whatever. I don't care if you hate me. Like love me or love me. As long as I know I got a good heart and I know I'm speaking from the heart and God knows my heart. And this is the fight business. This is entertaining. If me and Zuluboy wasn't at the press conference, they would have been dead. If I wasn't there, that press conference would have been dead. And I think you would have left after your first question if I wasn't there. So yeah, it was nice having that with Zulu Boy and just facing off with him for the future and just looking him in the eyes and like, damn, I got it done. I've achieved it. I've faced up with Zulu Boy, and we gotta make it a huge fight. This is gonna be one of the biggest ones in 2024, hands down.
Now, you said that you don't really care who wins. It's one of those things where you are planning on going up against both of them type of vibe. But it feels like perhaps the Zulu fight would be the one that would have a bit more gravity for you. And that's the one that you perhaps, vying to get a little bit more. So I don't know. Am I accurate in my statement of saying that potentially you are hoping that you get the Zulu fight instead?
Of course, the Zulu fight makes sense. We it makes sense. Everyone knows it makes sense. You know, Graham knows it makes sense. Cairo knows it makes sense. Just everyone knows that me and Zulu Boy headlining a card, a pay-per-view card. That's massive, Chichi. That's history, and it's gonna be something special. I can guarantee you guys that it's gonna be something special. Just stepping in there against Zulu Boy, and I'm actually a little bugged because Gift is getting to stepping in there with Zulu Boy first because I was like, fuck, I wanted to step in with Zulu Boy first, test the OG, but yeah, he's got to do his thing tonight against Gift, and I'll get him on the next one. I'll get him on the next one.
Okay, so then are you planning on then facing Zulu next? Or is it just one of those things where any one of them can catch the smoke?
Anyone can get the smoke, but the Zulu Boy fight is the one. That's the one. Because Gift don't want to interact with me. You guys saw it the presser. He don't really want to go back and forth with me. So I'm just like, just he'll get his ass whooping. So Zulu Boy is the one in that is the next one for us. That's the fight we want. That's the fight that's gonna happen. And I'm excited, Chichi. This fight gets me out of bed and gets me excited and happy days for me. Happy days.
Now, can you give like a message, right, to whoever is going to win this fight? Can you just, I don't know, give a message to them?
Um, yeah. What message? I always just say hey to them. But yeah, just do your thing tonight, gents. And whenever we step in there, it's gonna be a great fight because I feel like these dudes are overlooking me. They're overlooking me because of my setbacks, and I feel like you shouldn't look at me because of my last fight or my setbacks. Because when I lost, they all laughed at me. They were ridiculing me on my setback, and I rose up again like a true champion does, Chichi. And I'm coming for all that smoke. That's all I gotta say to him.
Now, tonight, will we see you front row at EFC 111? Will you be watching the action closely?
Of course, I will be watching action closely. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I'm gonna be there. I gotta come out and show some love, man. I want to be a fan also. I want to come up. This was one of my goals also, just to come up and just watch the fight and be a fan, and not be there at the arena, get locked into the fight, and your coach stepping you on the shoulder. Yo, wake up. We gotta get ready. You're fighting in the next few hours. Nah, I want to be chilled, sitting there, maybe have a little something here and there. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoying the fights, easy, chill, and just have fun and be a human and step in the cage and face off with Zulu Boy. Let's go. Let's get it.
Oh, okay. That was actually my next question. Like, were you plan on actually stepping into to face whoever wins? But it seems like you really are keen for the Zulu Boy fight. So,
I'm keen for that shit. I'm keen for that shit, Chichi. Yeah, gets me excited, man.
okay. Yeah, nah, we will see you there. Terence, can you please give us your handles, your social media handles, so that people know where to find you and where they can interact with you, perhaps?
Yeah, on Instagram it's act Black Panther 125 MMA. Facebook is just your normal Terence Black Panther Balelo, and that's where I'm at. TikTok, you can go on T-Man underscore 2.0. I'm doing some little bit of TikTok in there as well. I'm trying to blow it up, but the Instagram is important. I want to get more followers this year. So whoever's out there listening is gonna watch this, come on, support the Black Panther. Let's get it following up to a 5K, and hopefully in the middle of the year get it up to a 10K following. Yeah.
Oh, lovely, lovely. You guys have heard from Terence Black Panther Balelo himself, repping Cape Town, and it's just one of those things.
Yes,
So,
man.
thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Terence, for coming on the show. I really, really do appreciate you, and I appreciate you coming on here and sparing some of your time. Um, We will see you at EFC 111 tonight.
Thank you so much, Chichi. See you later.
Bye.
Cheers.